Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a start. That, ladies and gentlemen, was El Taco. Just to get you in the mood. I was a bit worried, actually, because most of you are shaking your jewellery and clapping your hands. But what we've got here is a lot of instruments. The girls here are delighted to give you one. Let's come and get an instrument so you can play along. We'd love you to do that. Now, can I say, ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to see you if you're on holiday. It's lovely to see you if you live in Lyme Regis. It's even more lovely to see you if you came all the way from Bermuda. So we have this evening several people, ladies and gentlemen, who are representing St. George's Bermuda, from Hamilton, Bermuda. They've come over because it's 30 years since they had a twinning with Lyme Regis. I'll tell you a bit more about it in a minute, but ladies and gentlemen, will you give them a big hand and say welcome? Okay. Some music. Some more music. We're going to do a piece of music, or they're going to play a piece of music from The Lion King. Can't you feel the love tonight? I've alluded to the fact that it's a special occasion, and we're going to make it even more special. I'll ask you to help us make it more special. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to stand up and face out to sea, because our local big club, who are also twinned with Bermuda, they're going to put their oars up, because we're going to ask you to stand and sing our national anthem, and then we're going to play the Hail to Bermuda as well. So can I ask you to be upstanding, ladies and gentlemen. You face out to sea. You'll see that our big rowers, when they hear the anthem, they'll do the salute that is normally done at sea for the hymns. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Let's give our kids a big round of applause. I can hear you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, band, for playing both those for us especially tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, sit down and let's relax. So if you are in Lyme Regis tomorrow, you will see that at 11:30 we will be making our way, a parade of people making their way down through the gardens onto the Cobb itself. And on that parade will consist of the Mayor of Lyme Regis and City Groves, along with the Mayor of St George's and the councillors from St George's, members of our Training Association, members of our councillors as well. We do this every year, and it's a very special occasion. We will make our way onto the Cobb. We will pause at the entrance to the Cobb because this year is also 200 years since we have had a lifeboat in Lyme Regis. And we will be saluting the fact that our lifeboat is 200 years old. And we will then make our way to the end of the Cobb for a special ceremony. Okay, so that's tomorrow. We love you to come and watch. We love you to be present. We love you to join us. So, we're going to play some more music now if the band is ready for me. We're going to play some music, and this time a bit of modern music. It's from the Fab Four. It's called A Ticket to Ride. Take it away. You know, I'm very, very lucky. I live in this wonderful place called Lyme Regis. And I live in a town with 3,500 people. That's not much more than that, except on days like this when there's a few extra people here. What is special about Lyme Regis, ladies and gentlemen, is the people who live here. who gives so much over so many days. We're never short of volunteers to do things here in Lyme Regis. If I tell you that in 5 weeks last summer, about £75,000 was raised on the Seafront, it gives you an idea of what that. Now, some of that money went into our local community, but quite a lot of it went out of town, either to the RNLI or indeed to national charities, particularly national cancer charities. We have a town council that funds and gives grants to many organisations that wouldn't exist without the support we get from them. We got people who are willing to give time, willing to support each other, and that's what Lyme Regis is all about. We will find, as you live here in the summer, as you visit us, you'll see there are events taking place throughout the summer. In a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks' time, we have a week where we'll run about 60 events raising money for the RNLI. Many CA-based events, some of them absolutely silly events, but great fun to play part in. Later in the year, we'll have a folk festival. We've had the Fossil Festival, which is now one of the largest of its kind in the country. We even had a group of people come all the way from Japan to Lyme Regis, the home of Fossil, to Hira and Marianne. So it's really nice that you're here, and we hope that you're enjoying the facilities, the things that we have here that we love to share. We love having you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for being part of us, our audience tonight. Now, we're going to play another piece of music for you. And this piece of music, you're not allowed to sit down with. It's the one where you've got to do the action. It's called YMCA. Now, can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, they don't do this in Bermuda, do you? So we need to teach them. They're sitting there, smiling at me, saying, Alan, what have you done? Right. This gentleman there's an expert. I want to see him do it before the end of the music. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's play and let's sing. YMCA!
Thank you.
You've got to teach everybody in Berlin, it's all right. We said, ladies and gentlemen, I was telling you about all those people. What I didn't say, of course, we've also got an amazing business community here, and they support all the things that we do. Without them, we couldn't exist. We couldn't make things happen. One of the things, like all of your towns, like all your villages, I'm sure there are folks who are finding it a little bit hard at the moment and fall on hard times. And our food bank is one of the many that all over the country supports people when they have a time of need. We've got a great food bank, and they support an amazing group of people. And our aim when they come to the food bank is to help them and help them get back to where they can get going, where they can survive without support. Sometimes, though, it doesn't quite happen. This is a poem that somebody wrote, having received some stuff from our food bank. I'm going to read it to you. It's called Poem for a Lettuce. It's written by Jane Yates, and she looked it up online. She said, "I'm so grateful to the Lyme Regis food bank. All the jars and tins, the dry goods and things, keep me going until I get more hours, or that millionaire partner who loved my dog. But on my last visit, something wondrous happened. As I peeled into the white plastic bag, the community garden of Lyme Regis had gifted some beautiful fresh veg. And behold, a lettuce. Crisp to the touch, I smiled immediately and whispered, 'Thank you.' I rushed home and put it in the fridge. Wow, it's nearly as big as my head, I thought as I placed it in the care of the vegetable drawer. How kind, how very kind. As a gardener myself, I know how much effort, love and pride go into growing vegetables. The next day, I took it out. It was so shiny and fresh. I peeled off the outer leaves and breathed into lettucey scent, and with a wide, happy grin. Next day, I had a leftover lasagna, defrosted from my freezer, and now in the fridge. I held the lettuce up to the light to examine it. There wasn't a slug mark. It was pretty enough to paint. I am an artist, and I do these things, she said. I cut up a few generous slices and placed them on the plate, carefully arranging my leftovers on top. They looked far more edible. The lettuce was so crisp and sweet. The next day, for a breakfast treat, I had LT, washed down with coffee. Very continental, I know, but mine had a twist, just lacking the bacon and tomato. But it was still great, and coffee's always good. Thank you, food bank, for that, too, she says. Now a whole week has passed, and with every meal I enjoyed some lettuce. It often quite imaginative ways. Truly yummy, full of vitamins. So an A1 model told me. Vitamins A, C and K. I like to think of lettuce basking in the sea air with some of the best views in the country, mind you, and no expense spared. Being attended to by our community gardens, with soil on their hands and warmth in their hearts, blessed by the joy of giving. Monday, I still had a piece of lettuce left. What shall I do with that? It's still just as fresh looking and crispy. I just want to loudly say thank you to the lettuce. Thank you. Your kindness has grown from beyond that garden gate. Lovely. Thank you, Jane, for writing that poem. You love the bouncy music, we all do, don't we? Let's open some music from Boney M. The Rivers of Babylon. these people tonight is a volunteer. Every one of them gives up their time. Some of them travel a very long way. Some of you can come from Upland, which is the long way there, isn't it? They speak a different language there, of course, it's in Devon. Anyway, and we've also got three guest players this evening. Thank you so much, guest players, for coming. We'd love to see you. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this, organising a band like this, all the rehearsals all the time, and the fact that they say to everybody, you want to learn to play, we'll teach you. You haven't got an instrument, we'll lend you one. We'll give you one to use, and that costs money. So we need your help with this, ladies and gentlemen. They do get support from the town council, they get a really good grant for the next 5 years, and also from Carnival. Carnival gives them a lot of money as well. Lots of other people give us money, but we've got some collectors here somewhere. We've got Annette. She's got a newfangled thing. It's called a sum up machine. That means if you haven't got any cash, she'll still take it. We've even got QR codes on the buckets. We discovered Wi-Fi about 3 years ago in Lyme Regis. There's Karen. Where's Karen? Give us a wave, Karen. There she is. There's Tom. Where are you, Tom? You're behind me over here. Look. Tom's learning to play, by the way. He'll be playing in a couple of weeks' time, I say. And we've got Joshua. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua's the youngest crewman ever for Lyme Regis. He was created a crewman last year because of all the work he does supporting. He's our ace collector. And somewhere is Stanley. Where are you, Stanley? I can't see you. Oh, he's over there, look. He's standing over there. So Stanley's there as well. So if you would like to make a donation tonight, well, it's going to go to a good place. It's going to make the being in the band a lot easier in the neighbours are going. So they'll be going for 50 years. We'd like to see it going another 50 years. Now, I'll tell you what, let's have a bit of calm music, shall we? This piece of music is called Return of Flame. Gemma, please play Return of Flame for us. Thank you. One of these special places in Lyme Regis is
That was lovely.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm so sorry. If you looked at the way that Karen and Annette were looking at me a few minutes ago when I was talking about what was going to happen this summer, you see, in just over a week's time, on the 31st of July, we're going to have the most amazing firework display. And then follows 7 days of carnival activities, ending with our community carnival. I'd say that they were looking at me because they're all part of the carnival team. We've only got 7 of us doing 60-something events during that week. It's going to be an amazing week, and we do some incredibly serious things like welly wanging. Do you do that in Bermuda? Welly wanging? No. You ought to do that. Oh, we do. We're going to find the person who can imitate a seagull in the best way. We're going to do the seagull screech competition. Now, the national championships, the world championships, were held in Netherlands this year. We're going to hold the regional finals of the seagull screech. Don't look like that and laugh, miss, because it's a serious competition. We've got an amazing prize for the winner. No, it's not a packet of cold chips. No, honestly. We've also got, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to float candles down the river in memory of people. We're going to have a torchlight procession, which is like no other thing, making a baby beacon on the beach. So if you booked your holiday for this week, you made a mistake. Next year, book your holiday the first week in August, because that's when Carnival is. Carnival is a very special event because, of course, it actually gives money, and since 2003 we've given over £250,000 to local good causes, so it's worth doing. Right, some music. We're going to have some music. I think it was the Trogs in the 60s, and I think it was a bit later, Wet, Wet, Wet. And the piece of music is called Love Is All Around You. Sorry, Love Is All Around You. Thank you. can tell you that on the last day of Carnival, on the 8th of August, on a Saturday, we have a community carnival. And we encourage everybody to take part, dress up. Now, there's a rumour band that you're going to take part again this year. They're all nodding their heads. Yeah, that's brilliant. They took part, ladies and gentlemen. When we asked the band in the years gone by, we said, are you going to take part in the carnival? No, Alan, we only sit and play, we don't walk and play. Well, last year they did. They walked and played. They played some amazing music on the way. Oh, and incidentally, they don't just play for here on this, they play for other occasions. They play in church press on civic services. And of course, there's an amazing event on the 23rd of December when they will play some music, play Christmas carols around our very big Christmas tree underneath the best lights on the south coast, at least we think so, and a lot of people agree. And we sing carols with about 2,000 or 3,000 people. How about that? You know, if you're not doing anything on the 23rd of December, I'll look forward to seeing you then. Right, we're going to play Mungo Jerry in the summertime. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the band are brilliant. The players are amazing. But what they needed is a very good musical director. Do you know what? They're very lucky to have two musical directors. We've got Gemma, who's conducting tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And David, who has been conducting as well during it. And of course, every Tuesday, they're here playing great music during July and August. And that's very special, ladies and gentlemen, because they're making great music for us to listen to and enjoy. It's bringing us all together. It's tradition. tradition that when they come towards the end of their concert, they play a piece of music called Beyond the Sea. So we're going to ask them to play that piece of music for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond the Sea. Ladies and gentlemen, we've loved seeing you tonight. We love being with you tonight. We love to see you jump up and down. We love Josh doing his birthday. Well done, Josh. Amazing, my friend. We've loved hearing you play your musical instruments and sing it along. And we're sadly going to come to our last song now. Oh, my word. Oh. So they're going to play another piece of music for you, but you're not allowed to sit still. You're not allowed to not play your musical instruments. This is called Swinging Safari. We're going to make it, play it in a minute. And can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed it just a teensy-weensy bit, then if you'd like to put some dosh in the buckets, we'd love you to do that because that keeps the band going. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the band, Swinging Safari. now? Any chance?
I reckon we got one more.
You can do one more. Oh, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen. That means you're also going to put more dosh in the box. Good. What are you going to play for, Gemma? You don't know? What are we going to play?
Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive.
I can't say that. Go on, just play it. Ladies and gentlemen, when you finish this song, this music, if you could help us put the chairs away as well, that would be really good, especially if you're young, healthy, willing and all the rest of it. That would be really lovely. We've loved having you this evening. We're going to listen to this last piece of music. This is your encore, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, Lyme Regis.